Hello everybody, welcome to Mrs. Erweg's flip class for the 8th grade. Today we're gonna prepare something that is gonna be good for you when understanding more about the present progressive tense in Spanish and putting it together with technology. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a comic strip using the web. So these are the instructions. Imagine that you are a famous comic strip writer. You have just been given a job to create a new comic strip for a leading Spanish magazine. So you can choose one of the following topics. One, a story about a new Spanish superhero. Or you can choose a story about an adventure with a pet. And the pet, can be only in Japanese. So you are to create your comic strip using Microsoft PowerPoint, or you can also use Word, you can also use Google Docs, and I'm going to tell you some of the requirements. A title slide with the name of the comic strip, your name and date. That's going to be on the first page. Then you can add 5 to 8 or more additional slides or blocks on a table, and think about of each block being part of the comic strip. So it's going to be progressing. You can use clip art to represent your characters, and it's important you add a background. So make sure that you put together all the technologies that you have learned throughout the year, and make sure you're grouping elements if necessary, or adding other color palettes to your presentation. Use word bubbles, those are really fun to show what the characters are saying, so it's not just on top of a block. But if you need to write something on top, that's okay. You are creating a setting for your comic strip. Another thing that you can use is animations. If you choose to do it on a PowerPoint, you're going to present it in class. Your animations can be actually moving, right? Or if you just choose to create an animation that is standing and printed, that's okay too. This is going to be your project. Remember that all the dialogue needs to be in Spanish. Let's talk about how you're going to create this. Well, first you need your tools. You need a dictionary, that's Spanish-English dictionary. This is good for you. It's the one we use in the classroom. You can come to my class. Remember to sign in your name and take one dictionary. You will return it later on. Remember to have your computer ready. It's important that you use your computer at home, Chromebook, or tablet, or iPad. It's totally up to you. That's going to be part of your design. It's important that you work properly. Let me talk about more about the steps, the way we're going to do it, right? First of all, we are going to talk about the title. It's important that we brainstorm. That's our step number 1. So once you have all your tools ready, brainstorm for a title. It can be a simple title. Build sentences. This is important. How are you going to build your sentences? Well, you're going to use simple present or simple progressive tense. Let me talk more about this. So I'm going to focus a little bit here, and you'll see your elements in your topic. There are pronouns, there are auxiliary verbs, there are verbs that you've studied in class, but this is, let me put it all together. This is present progressive. Present progressive is something that is happening right now. Present progressive is something that is happening. It's an action that is happening right now. Example, in order to create a present progressive tense, you need your person, then you need an auxiliary verb, and you need your verb, your action word. The pronouns are yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, ustedes, ellos, y ellos. That's going to be first person. Then you need to add an auxiliary verb. That's the verb to be. Yo estoy, tú estás, él está, ella está, nosotros estamos, ustedes están, ellos están, ellas están. That is really important. Now you remember that you cannot mix and match. You need to use the appropriate auxiliary verb to the right pronoun. To conclude, we need to add the action word. The action word is going to tell us what your character is doing. Playing, jugando, studying, estudiando, barking, ladrando. It depends on what your character is doing. So these are the elements that you're going to use to create your simple sentences. After you create your sentences, what is next? Well, remember to create a draft. It's important that you start writing something on the computer and start building your project. Once you start building your project, remember that you have to save, print, and email your project to my email. All the information is going to be posted on my website, so you're able to see the examples that I gave you to build your sentences and some resources that are good for you. Thank you. Perfect. The next thing we're going to talk about is the example. This is an example of a project that is already finished, and as you can see, my first page over there has the characters on the first page in the title. So that's really good. This is my project. If you want to choose a different setting, that's okay. The most important is that you use the technology, characters, clip art properly established on your project. My project has my name, which is important. That's part of the requirements, on the bottom right on green. And it also has on the second page 8 blocks. That was a table that I created on Google Docs. You can create that on Word. You can create that also using PowerPoint if you're gonna do animation. If you choose to use animation, remember that some files require more space in a flash drive because they have music or moving elements. All right, so this is my example. Thank you very much. I want to tell you more about the flipped classroom in the project. It's important that you remember that with this we are using our communication skills to the 21st century level common core that we've been talking on the school. So the California Curriculum Standards for World Languages says that students should use creative language, sentences and strings of sentences, engage in oral, written, or signed conversations, initiate participating, and close a conversation, ask and answer questions, produce and present a simple written, oral, or signed product in a cultural, authentic way. So we're following those. And with that, we are also adding the Spanish content standards, which is create a basic dialog using Spanish vocabulary, correct use past, present, and future tenses of Spanish words. In this case, for this specific project, we're using present progressive. So that is important as well. How are we going to do? Well, first, we're going to use the technology objectives that we use in class. We're going to open a file, insert text, format the text, insert graphics, format the graphics, insert a video if necessary, insert hyperlinks if necessary. For this project, it's better if you use in a simple way, and you don't have to go to the hyperlink, but it's important that you know if you need to do that, please feel free to do it. You need to format the slide background and format the transition. Throughout the school year, you've done that with your technology teacher, so it's time to put it all together and do it together. I'm sure we're going to have fun. Be ready to present your project with the 7 students. So today is going to be the first day And so that see it, check it, and let's put it on there. Thank you very much.